So I'm a student in Colombia. Yesterday, I saw anti-Semitism up close, and the day before, and the day before. The last 4 days was a huge wave of anti-Semitism that just flooded everything. At that point, I stood strong against it, or detached. I did everything that I could to protect my body, but I couldn't protect my soul. You cannot protect it. You just watch it and it burns you from the inside. I thought about my grandpa and my grandma that escaped the Nazis, that lost all of their family, that came to the desert and built a house, that announced the state of Israel and fought for it all those years so that I would be able to live quietly and proud and just be who I am. So I won't have to run and protect myself and to fear and to feel the hate targeting me with so much force with that magnitude ever. Here are my conclusions. Being disappointed is worse than being offended. What hurts the most are the Jews. A group of Jews that started shouting at us in Hebrew so that others would hear that we are Israeli. And they made the mob, the angry mob with the kafias to yell at us that we are Nazis and how many kids did we kill today and so on and so on. It didn't hurt me that they said it like that, but come on, I'm not a Nazi, and calling Jews a Nazi, that is so idiotic and just stupid, and obviously it's offensive and anti-Semitic and effed up, but all these things that the Jews were the ones that told the masses about us, that really, really hurt. Second, a look can be worse than screaming. Yesterday, I went out to breathe, and a guy just sat next to me that it's taking a seminar with me. The conversation was friendly, and he was friendly. And he told me that he's about to graduate like I am, and he wants to be a teacher. He started talking about how hard this time is for him because he's very supportive of Palestine out of nowhere, and that his family is originally from Ireland, and even though he's from LA, and oh, how hard it was to move from California into New York, I didn't say anything. He asked, what do I think about it? And I just told him that I'm Israeli. He looked at me in shock and disgust, got up, and left without saying anything. I told him, that's it? You cannot talk to someone because they're from Israel? He was so disgusted that he couldn't answer. I wish it would have just passed by me and that I would have managed to realize that I know it, that it's just ground noise, that he's the problem and not me. But it really, really brought me down in that second. It was just pure anti-Semitism, like I heard in stories. That look. 3, I have shame because I have fear. I'm gonna lie if I say I didn't get scared. That when I see the videos from Colombia, my house in New York in the last years, my stomach twirls. But the scariest thing, even more than students that celebrate Hamas and threaten to burn me and my family and to do the 7th of October forever, is the silence and agreement of the majority. Most of the university is behind them. Most of the media is with them. Most people think they should have not been stopped. They should have not involved police, and that the police is endangering the students that knew what they were doing even though they were warned time and time that this kind of behavior would bring the police on them. They are the victims of the situation they have created knowingly. The Jews cannot look away from what's happening, but the rest, they can. And they choose to turn their backs back on us and not to see. And this is the scariest part. And at the same time, I'm ashamed because there are hostages in Gaza that are waiting to be rescued, and they go through hell on earth. And for months now that their faces are being torn from the public sphere, but their faces walk with me everywhere. There are soldiers that fight real threats and sacrifice the greatest sacrifice, that really get hurt so that I could be in New York and to know that I have somewhere to go back to. There are the families and their loved ones and those people that live around Gaza and my family in the north that are refugees from their home and choose they stay and live just like ducks in while they get shot at. And seeing all of that, I feel shame. Those children, those Americans, sons of Americans that live on taken land, on conquered land, and they hate themselves, have never been in the Middle East. They don't understand anything. They take all the human suffering of the war and somehow they put themselves as if they are the ones suffering. They make it an internal American thing, and they are completely they don't understand the crazy privilege they have when they do that. And I am ashamed that I'm even talking about them. Pampered, thank you, Tamil Bahan. Yeah, the pampered American kids. I will read the last part. The only moment that was positive, that was like a therapy to the soul in those days, was to shout with the Jews that Israel is alive and on the head of our haters that tried to put a kafir on us yesterday. That we are a free people in Zion and Jerusalem. And once once we got tired, uh, we all just started shouting from the heart, because that's who we are. We are Jews. We do as long as we can. We continue and we live and we prosper and we try and we find a way to succeed in Israel and the world, because we went through the Egyptians, the Babylonians, the Persians, the Greeks, and the Romans. They all left and made a huge sound and disappeared. We've seen them all, and the Nazis too. They all come and go, and we are here to stay. With history like that behind me, all the hate, the shame, the fear, I go through them and I stand up stronger. That's what I've been taught, and this is what I'll teach my children. By the way, I didn't say, I saw Stav Slama, and her Twitter account is @slamastav, if you want to search for her.